If marketing feels gross to you right now, that it's because it goes against the authentic, the genuine, the heartfelt passion that you've built your business on. We're not trying to hunt people down like some creepy used car salesman that's prowling through the lot. We have a 5-step system that we use to help build horse businesses. I'm going to get tactical in this video. And at the end too, I'm going to share with you the number one thing that has completely changed the way that I view marketing, the way that unlocked the doors for I was like, you know what? I should be marketing. And so I'm going to share that with you. Never a good feeling when someone, all they want to do is get you to buy something because you know that they're only in it for themselves, right? And if you have your own horse business, it's not why you got into this, right? You got into this for a much bigger reason. And so I actually want to ask you if you've heard this story before. Here, let me pull up my book here. So this story is about a farrier, and he lives out on this really remote ranch. He was a veteran. He had done his time in the service. He was looking for a lifestyle of more peace, and he just completely packed out into the woods, built himself a camp. He's a farrier, had his skill sets, and he built one of the most successful farrier businesses that you've ever heard of. And the thing was that nobody knew he was there. Nobody knew he even existed. And yet he had clients coming from all over the place to bring him horses for him to work on. Have you ever heard that story before? That farrier went out in the woods. No one ever heard of him. Nobody knew he was there, but he built one of the most successful businesses you've ever seen. Doesn't make sense either, does it? Yeah, I've never heard that story. In fact, I just honestly made it up, right? Because the fact of the matter is that nobody, right? None of us can build a successful business if no one knows that our incredible service or product exists. It's merely not possible to do. And one of the biggest objections that I hear from small business owners, and particularly for y'all like ourselves, horse business owners, is that to actually market their business, they do not want to come across as salesy or slimy or creepy or needy or gross. And the reason is probably because you felt that way before when someone else approached you and they made you feel slimy and gross because they were being slimy and gross and creepy and they sounded needy. And honestly, I felt the exact same way when I started my own horse business. Many of us, maybe like yourself, but I know for me personally, we get started in the horse business because we love horses and we found a craft that we enjoy, whether that's training horses, whether that's getting horses shod and being a farrier, whether that's doing body work, saddle fitting, being a veterinarian, right? Being a vet tech. You found something that you love doing. And at the end of the day, this is our business, right? This is how we make a living. And how we make a living is just as important as what we do to make a living. And so and what I mean by that is it's not just what we do, but it's how we do it. And that means that when it comes to marketing, it's not just what we do, which is the marketing itself, but it's how we actually market our business. And so if you struggle with the idea of marketing and actually doing it, because you don't want to come across in all those weird ways that makes us feel gross. The first question that we really have to answer is it actually possible for us to market our businesses effectively and get real results like sales and like getting new clients and getting new customers and getting the right ones without coming across as being salesy, without coming across as being creepy and slimy and pushy and gross and all those things that we think about when we think of the used car salesman, right? Is that even possible? Can we effectively do that, get the results in our business without doing all those things that we don't want to be known for, right? And the answer is yes, absolutely, right? Absolutely. So then it leads us to another question. How do we actually market in a way that is authentic, that is genuine, that is personal, that is effective in our business? How do we do that? So let's break it down. Like the first step is addressing our personal relationship with marketing itself. Okay. And many of us have an unhealthy relationship with marketing. And that's because we've had it done the wrong way to us. If marketing feels gross to you right now, that it's because it goes against the authentic, the genuine, the heartfelt passion that you've built your business on, right? I know that's how, like the guy, that's perfectly exactly how I felt in the beginning. And it's just like working with a horse. We have to start right where we are at right now. And if that is the feeling that we get when we think of marketing, then I have to ask you this question is, what is marketing, right? What is marketing? What would you say? Maybe write it down. You can drop it in the comments down below. If we continue with an old unhealthy relationship that we have with marketing, we will not ever, we will never market our business because it feels gross to us. So let me challenge you for a second, if you would let me. Is that okay? Like, I need like the verbal yes, right? Because if you're internally going, no, 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 you're not gonna soak in on what I'm about to tell you. But if you will let me challenge you, if you'll let me offer you the ability to reframe this, then this can unlock the door, right? And we're not even to the number one thing that helped me make this transition, in my business to where I felt comfortable doing it. But let me ask you this: if you have a product that you're selling, does that product do a great job at getting results that actually make a difference to the person that buys it? Right. And that might be a hoof oil. It might be a supplement, right? It could be a piece of tack. It could be a feedback, right? Yes or no, right? If you have a service, does your service do a phenomenal job at solving a problem and providing a really great experience for your client, for your customer, for your students, right? Does your service do that? All right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Because if it doesn't get great results and you don't, and it doesn't offer an amazing experience to the person that's purchasing it, your customer, your client, your student, it does not matter how good your marketing is. You have to get great results first that you wholeheartedly stand behind. You're like, I know that this is doing an amazing thing. This really helps people. This really helps horses. What if I told you that marketing is merely messaging? Marketing is merely messaging. It's how people find out about the problems that you solve and the amazing results and experiences that you provide. What if I told you that that's what marketing was? How does that idea of marketing sound to you? Does that feel like acceptable? Does that feel like, yeah, if that's what marketing truly is, then I could get behind that. It doesn't make me feel gross, right? Because marketing is not about convincing people to buy stuff, okay? Right? I get all jittery when I say that because so many people think that marketing is about convincing people to buy stuff. It's not. It's be your ability to communicate with mass numbers of people that you can actually help so they know that you can help them and they can learn about you and learn about how you can help them get the results that they want to overcome the problems that they're facing. And so let you in on another secret here, right? Sales is another trigger word, right? Sales makes people feel slimy and weird too. There's no doubt about it. But sales isn't about convincing people to buy stuff either, right? Sales is not about trying to get people to buy stuff so that we can just make more money. That's not what sales is. And oftentimes, sales and marketing can get a little intertwined because we get these weird feelings about it. And sales in itself is about serving people in a meaningful way. Sales is focused on the more that we serve other people in that meaningful way, the more sales that we will make. And sales is service first, sales second, right? We focus on serving people, helping them overcome the problems, helping them achieve the results that they want. And then the sales will follow. Marketing Marketing is built on an effective messaging strategy that helps you directly communicate and reach the dream clients, the dream customers, the dream students that you can serve the best with your results. And that leads us to, like, if our relationship with marketing is not right, we'll never be willing to do it. It's no different than believing or not believing in a specific method of how to take care of a horse's hoof, or how to train a horse, or how to rehab a horse's body, or how to rehab a horse's mind, right? If we do not believe in the method that is being presented or that is being utilized, we'll never be willing to do it, and we'll never be capable of doing it at the highest ability, right? But when we understand that, for the sake of this video, right, when we're focusing on marketing, marketing is the messaging strategy that helps us communicate directly with the people that we can serve the best. And so we have a 5-step system that we use to help build horse businesses. All right. And marketing step falls into step number 2, which is what we call our attraction step. Okay. And we call it attraction. We've named that step number 2 attraction because through marketing, we want to be attracting the people that we dream of serving. Okay. We're not trying to hunt people down like some creepy U-car salesman that's prowling through the lot, waiting for his opportunity to pounce on someone that is maybe looking to buy a car, right? We're not trying to be that creepy dude in the car lot, you know. And have you ever heard this phrase before, which is, you can catch more with honey than you can with vinegar. All right. And maybe that's just Southern folks. All right. That was a phrase that I grew up hearing a lot, that you can catch more with honey than you can with vinegar. And the point behind that is you can attract more people by being nice, by being genuine and authentic to who you are, by first focusing on serving your customers, serving your clients, serving your students, and then having an effective marketing strategy that will increase your effectiveness, right? Having the purest honey that is the most attractive, because it will help you scale your messaging effectively. So tactically, for you to go implement and to take action on our attraction step, which is the messaging strategy, you will do this across your website. You'll do this across your social media platforms, across your email marketing campaigns. You can do this on your YouTube channel, on your LinkedIn. You'll do this on any place that you know your dream clients are spending their time and giving their attention to. And so it's critical that within your messaging strategy that you're really honed in on who you are speaking to. You are speaking to them in a way that resonates with them. You need to know dang near everything about them, to be quite frankly honest with you. And we need to do that because as a business owner, it's our responsibility, it's your responsibility to know who your client and customer is, inside and out. We figure all of that out within our branding process. We figure all of those things out about our avatar, about our dream client, in what we refer to as our branding process. And that falls in step number 1 of our system for building successful horse businesses, right? That's that 5-step process I referred to earlier. And I don't necessarily have time to go through all of that in this video because we're talking about marketing, right? So we got to stay focused, right? Otherwise I'll end up on a tangent. And so, but perhaps, you know, another video, another time, if that's something you're interested in, you can let us know down in the comments if you want us to go a little bit more into the branding side of things and how we identify those avatars and those dream clients. The main point here is that marketing done right is not sleazy. Marketing done right is spreading the message of how you can serve others. It's done in a way where you focus on serving and providing value, first knowing full well that the more value that you provide, the more that sales will follow. And that brings me to the number 1 thing that I promised to share with you guys earlier that forever changed the way that I view marketing. We keep trying to convince ourselves, we battle with ourselves when you're like, I know I should, but it doesn't feel right. I know I should, but it doesn't feel right. And so we don't do it, right? Because it doesn't feel right. We've been through that. But I flipped the question. Instead of saying like, why should I? Why should I try to do something that I think might paint my business in a bad light? I flipped that question and I said, what happens if I don't do it? What happens if I don't market and I don't market my product or my services? And I want you to ask yourself that same question really quickly. What happens if you don't market your product or your services? What happens? Right? What happens? I want you to think about that really, like, seriously. You might even pause the video for a few minutes and just think, like, what happens? What is the deep thing that happens if I do not market my product or my service? And you might have had your few minutes, or you might have just keep watching, but the first thought usually is, well, if I don't market my product or my service, I'm not going to make sales. I may not make enough money, and maybe I can't sustain my business, right? Maybe that's what's going to happen. And that might very well that might be true, right? But man, isn't that selfish? Isn't that selfish? Like, to be focused on, well, if I don't market, I won't make sales, or I won't make enough money. And then some people might be thinking, well, if I don't market my business, then I won't get the opportunity to be successful like I know I should be. Like, I know that I'm meant to be successful. And if I don't market, then maybe I won't reach that level of success. But that still comes from a position where it's all about us. It's all about our level of success. And that there's more to it than that. Okay. And this is really where it started to change for me. All right. And I want you to think about all the people, all the horses, all the bigger reasons that you got into starting your horse business, all the people that you're meant to be helping, all those horses, and all the people that God put you on this earth to go serve. What happens to them if you don't take action through a marketing strategy to reach them? And you could actually be helping them with your skills, but they never learn that you exist. You're like that farrier. And so they continue to struggle for years and decades because you decided that marketing was too sleazy and you didn't want to be a little uncomfortable, right? That could be hundreds. It could be thousands. It could be tens of thousands of horses and people that need your help. And if you make a selfish decision to not market your business, to not create a messaging strategy to reach those that you are meant to be serving, to reach those that you can genuinely help through great results, whether it's through a product or through a service. And if you don't do that, then these hundreds, thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people continue to struggle for the coming days, for the coming months, for the coming years. How does that make you feel, right? If you know that you maintain a belief that this is sleazy, but yet it's the key because it can be done in an authentic, genuine way, as we've discussed. And if you don't take action, those people will continue to struggle. Those horses will continue to struggle because we as a business owner made a selfish decision to play it safe, to play it comfortable, to not live up to the potential that we were meant to not step into the full purpose that we were put on this earth to fulfill, right? Because personally, I believe that small businesses have the power to change the world and to change lives all across the planet. And as a business owner, I firmly believe it is our responsibility to put those that we're meant to be serving first. That could be horses, that could be people, both. The greatest thing that holds us back in our business is us. It's us. It's the business owner. It's us right here looking in the mirror. And that just comes from honesty and self-awareness. And when we accept the fact that we have an unhealthy relationship with marketing because people have done it wrong to us in the past, right? We have to let go of that. We have to leave that behind us and we have to open our eyes and go, there is a better way to do this. There is an ethical way that I can do this. And we have to understand that it's not just about us. It's about our ability to reach those that we can truly go help and serve, that we can make a difference in their lives. But they may never know that we exist if we don't freaking put ourselves out there. And from a very real life example is that when we live, eat, breathe, and sleep our business, whether it's a side hustle or it's your main source of income, we are so focused on it that we just think that people know about it. We think that people are thinking about it. And guess what? It's not true. It's not true. People are busy. They got their own things going on in their own lives. And us being able to consistently market, consistently message is so important because people are so busy and so distracted right now that just because we're so focused on our business doesn't mean people are even aware of it. Doesn't mean that people are even thinking of it. And it takes a lot more consistency than what we initially think to make sure that we're the top of mind for people, right? People aren't upset with marketing or messaging. They get more upset with how it's done. And so it's really important to understand that when we step into taking full action to start serving those that we're meant to be helping, that's real service. That's what real businesses do. And so my challenge to you is to start creating valuable content that speaks to your dream clients, whether you're a farrier or a trainer or an osteopath or a veterinarian, body worker, saddle fitter, breeding facility, right? Speak to the goals that your dream clients have. Speak to the problems that they're wanting to overcome. Let them know that you can help them and be there to serve them at the highest level. Know your worth. Set your prices so that you can make a great living doing what you love doing and go out there and keep changing the lives of those that you love serving, both horses and both humans, right? And if you like this video, if this resonated, I'm going to do the selfish thing and say, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, right? Leave a comment. It does help. This will help us reach other horse business owners out there. And I do read the comments. I get back to as many as I possibly can. And go check out one of these other videos over here if you like this one. I'm sure that those will help you too. And for additional resources, hit the show notes, right? We got plenty of resources down there for you. And with that being said, y'all, we'll see you on the next video.